What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Welcome to Everyday with Kanina, where I'm sharing my life with you every day and the things that I do. Um, so today is just I was gonna do like like I do actually have some footage for my blog. So I'm also gonna upload on this channel my blog, my weekly vlog. I'm gonna try to do that every Sunday for y'all. Or either every Saturday. I'm not sure yet, but I'm getting everything together. So, anyway, this is going to be a video on how to start your podcast and how to create an intro for that podcast. All right, so I want y'all to see my screen. Let me see if I can switch it over without y'all being wiped out because I'm using Clipchamp. So, I don't see, I don't want to mess it up. But anyway, so, so first we're going to learn what is a podcast. A podcast is like a radio show you can listen to anytime you want, usually online or through an app. It's a series of audio episodes, often focused on a particular topic like health, business, true crime, storytelling, or self help. People can subscribe to a podcast and get new episodes automatically. Okay. So, with the podcast, what you want to do is you want to batch record your content so that you can have every episode ready. You know, especially if you are speaking on something like in these niches health, business, true crime, storytelling, or self help. So, let's see, it's a quick breakdown. It is audio based, though some have video versions too, but it's mostly audio based. Available on platforms like Spotify, Apple products, or YouTube. Episodes range from a few minutes to a few hours. Topics vary widely, anything from entertainment to education. And it is hosted by individuals, duos, or interview style with guests. Okay, see, like kind of like my show, Conversation Rules the Nation would be considered a podcast, but do we cover news, we cover reactions, things like that. So, but my new podcast, I'm actually getting ready to start an actual podcast, and it's going to be called The Abundance Vibe. And we're going to be talking about you know, how your mindset needs to be in order for you to manifest what you need in life. So, that is going to be my next podcast. So I put, what does a podcast intro sound like? And because I use this model, ChatGPT already knows what I'm talking about. So here is a here would be this would be my intro, right? So it says, great question. A podcast intro is like the first impression. It says the tone introduces the host and gives listeners a quick idea of what the show is about. It's usually short, 15 to 60 seconds. So under a minute or a minute at most, and can include music, a catchy hook, a brief overview of the podcast theme. Here's a sample script of what a podcast might sound like. So this would be what I would use for my podcast. Hey, hey, welcome to the Abundance Vibe. the podcast where mindset meets manifestation. I'm your host, Kanina, here to help you rewire your thinking, attract prosperity, and step boldly into your wealthy era of life. If you're ready to level up and live life by design, not by default, then you're in the right place. Let's get into it. And you got to just be vibrant with. Let's get into it. You know how people do on YouTube, you want to check around and you want to look at, gain your own um inspiration. So you got to look at a couple of videos, see how their intros are. You know, some people have like if you look at Conversation Rules a Nation, I have an intro there and it's just music and there's photos of black people and different collages, of photos, and it's probably a minute. And if it's not, then I'm gonna have to change that because child. But so you want it says some intros use a voiceover talent or include sound effects to create a specific vibe, calm, motivational, fun, mysterious, and ChatGPT can help you craft your own intro. So this is what you would hear, So what you do is you put, say your business is craft intro, an intro for, let's see, say you have a podcast on, let me see, what are those themes that it says? Let's go back up. Okay, say you have a podcast on business. Craft an intro for a business podcast. Now, that's like calling a specific niche. So if you have a business niche and you want to have your intro about that, then okay. So here's a business podcast intro that sounds confident, sharp, and motivational. Perfect if your audience is made up of entrepreneurs, leaders, or ambitious professionals. All right, so let's see how it goes. And this is my other business name here that I have been asking ChatGPT about. Wow. So, welcome to the Growth Pulse podcast, where vision meets execution and business gets personal. I'm your host, Kanina, your name, entrepreneur, strategist, and unapologetic builder of bold brands. And I like that, because that is probably where I can go with this channel because but my business name now is 3T Marketing Solutions. So I haven't changed my business name because I want to revamp my business. I'm doing a entirely new everything. I'm creating a different logo. I'm I'm adding different things. I'm gonna probably just break down my entire website and redo it to another I want a whole different color palette, everything. So y'all will probably be seeing out y'all blah, wait a minute. Y'all will be seeing that. Y'all will see that real soon. So each week we break down powerful strategies, spotlight real success stories, and give you the tools to scale smart, lead strong, and grow with purpose. If you're ready to stop playing small and start making serious moves, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Okay. So you can even, would you like to add a tagline, a co-host, or mention a specific niche like digital market startups or branding? ChatGPT can actually be your assistant, if that's the case. Okay, so as far as creating a Canva. All right, as far as creating a the wait a minute, where is it? Like say you want pictures in your intro, you want, music. Okay. There are a lot of templates that you don't have. You only have to just, update them. So let's go over here and see what let's type in YouTube templates. I always type in your tube. I don't want to put an R there. No. All right. So you can literally look up all of this. You can literally look at all of this. And these are some templates you can use, for your podcast. Like here's one. If you have like a color palette that you want, you can find one to match your color palette. Let's see. I love this. We're gonna be all right. Cause I always say that I got that from my brother. He's like everything I tell my brother, he's like, it's gonna be all right, sis. So I'm like, how you know? But let me see. Let's see. Okay. Your okay, let's see. Let's type in business. So YouTube business templates, right? All right. So you have this. What is this? How to do a good business presentation. You have, let's try business podcast templates. Excuse me, y'all. All right. So here we have this. We have one here use as a template. And what you can do is you can put your name of the best, and let's see. Can I? Okay, is that all of it? And see, all it is, as you can look and see, is that it's a YouTube thumbnail. So if you want to go and create a thumbnail, because what you can do with your intro is basically you're gonna put this. You're gonna say a couple of words. You're gonna say the words, the intro words, right? And then we're gonna say when you say, "Let's get into it," you're gonna have this picture and the music playing, and then it's gonna go into the actual podcast itself. You know, so this would be your intro. You would use this template. So here you have a picture of yourself, a picture of your co-host. Okay, so in order to use this template, you have to be a pro, and I am not. So let's see which one of these are free. Let's see. Okay. No, that's all of these say. Okay, this is not pro. So let's try this one. All right. So now this tells when your podcast is going to be, and it has your at really great site, your website, or your YouTube channel, or whatever you put there. So in order to use it, you're going to click on customize this template, and then everything is going to come up, and all you see that is it's just a thumbnail. Now it's easy, because I make my thumbnails in Paint, and I just make basic thumbnails, 1920 by 1080p, and I use my picture. I use the picture. I'm going to show you guys one of the thumbnails that I made just using basic Paint. Let's see. And this is like a basic thumbnail. I have two pictures here, what I'm talking about, and I have the title of what I'm talking about. So if you were to do this, create a thumbnail like this, not exactly like it, but if you were to create a thumbnail for your um what is it called? Your podcast, like y'all. If you want to create a thumbnail for your podcast, you would create it like this. You would have basically like an image of you and whoever else you do the podcast with, and then your lettering, you have images, you have fonts or whatever, words and images, and your color palette basically. Like with our channel, the color palette is red and black and white. So let's go back. All right, so here we are. The color palette to this would be gray, white, and black, with the majority of it being gray. You have the background, so you would start with a gray background, and then you take your image. See, so the gray background, you take your image and you slide your image in, and then you have every element is like, look at him. Every element is like, um, it's movable, it's removable, and it's movable. So what you would do is, if you want, like, you literally could just throw your picture there and change the date and put your site, and because you want to show people or you want to tell people this is my podcast, or you can put new business podcast, and you might want to have it a little bit uh smaller. Let's try to make that smaller, and then you'll change the date to whatever date we have for 22, 25, which is today. And I'm just gonna upload this today because I'm not gonna, like, I just want to put something out right quick, so and show you guys how to do something just in case. Excuse me, y'all. All right, so and then you put your site there, and then I'm gonna put my site www.3tms.store. Y'all just got a dot store site. But all right, let me here. Bam. So this would be a picture of me, you know, on my mic or whatever. So what you want to do, take some random pictures of yourself. You can, use your what's those things called? Girl, I can't get it. The stands. You can use your, like, I have uh a small stand that just sits on my desk that I use to for my camera and for my phone. So my phone goes on it, and it has like two little, you can put the phone on it and you can put it down and then screw the camera on there as well. And then I also have another one that um moves when I move, just like that. So this is basically how you would basically, my bad, y'all. This is basically how you would create your thumbnail Now, what you do with the thumbnail, you're gonna put it in your software, in your editing software, and you're just gonna add a quick, uh, not a quick like sound or sound like I use what is this Clipchamp because it came with my computer. So I use Clipchamp to edit my videos and you know, so I use Clipchamp for my intro for this here. So why I say postcast child? What is this? Girl, what is this? Okay. So I use Clipchamp. So I did instead of me, excuse me, yeah. Instead of me creating one from scratch, I just used a template. And you'll see the template, you'll see it. And I didn't speak over it or anything, but like what you want to do is you want to first say your name, introduce yourself, that's the intro. So, what would I do if I were to start this over and actually on my podcast? I would say, hi, welcome to da 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 with your host Kanina. Like what I do on Conversation Rules the Nation. What's up, y'all? It's your girl, the Lock Libertarian, and I'm back with another show for you guys or episode for you guys of Conversation Rules the Nation. And I'll throw I'll throw one of those in there, and I get to talking. So that's how your intro is made. That's how you can make a quick intro. All you do is, and if you don't know how to use, I can't even show y'all right now because, child, this I'm screen recording, so I can't just you know, switch out my screens. It won't let me. So I'm probably gonna have to make another video to show y'all how I edit on Clipchamp. Okay. Okay, so if you want to know more, drop a comment down below and I can walk you through it. If you guys need help, I can help you out one on one. And if you guys don't feel like doing it, go ahead and hire me for that service and I got you. I can create whatever you need. And if you need graphic design, photography, um, any kind of service that I can offer you, let me know. That is my actual website. So you can go there, www.3tms.store, and pick up some graphic design things you may need for your business and everything else. So the if you enjoyed this show, then go ahead and hit the like button. Cause y'all, I'm really off, y'all. I'm telling you, like, I have been like really like trying to figure out what I want to do with this channel for the longest. And then we've been going through we not been going through so like we had went through so much. Life had been life and child. So now that everything is good, I want to continue to share with y'all. So I'm just gonna pick up where I left off. If y'all want me to do a video as to where I've been and what I was doing and all of that other crap, if y'all want to be nosy, if y'all want to be nosy, then y'all can surely ask me and I will create a video for that. But until then, it's your girl Kanina and catch me every day. Later.